Those of you that watch this channel regularly will know that I did a 21-day stage race earlier this year of my own when the Tour de France should have been happening. I averaged 55 kilometres a day, and I thought afterwards I could probably have challenged myself to have gone a little bit further. So it got me thinking that maybe I would try and do another 21-day stage race next year and raise money for a charity based at Southmead Hospital called Bust. And the idea would be that for every mile that the Tour rides, I will ride that kilometre. So for example, if a stage is 121 miles, I'll ride 121 kilometres. Now, in the last 4 or 5 years, the Tour's averaged around about 2,100 miles, which would be 2,100 kilometres, for example, for me, which works out to be roughly about 100 kilometres a day, which I think I can do if I get 20 kilos off, and that's the plan really, is to use this as a vehicle for getting fit and to raise some money for the charity. So basically every stage that happens, I will ride the kilometres, the miles that they're doing. I'll also mirror whether they're doing a hilly day or whether they're doing a mountainous day or a flat day. I'm going to substitute the Alps and the Pyrenees for the Mendips and the Brecon Beacons. And the plan is to do a daily vlog of every single stage that I do. So I'll ride the stage, then upload a vlog that night about what we've done and where I've been. And the idea is to raise some money through sponsorship. So I'll do standard sponsorship where people can sponsor me for doing the ride. I also want to do a kit sponsor. I also want to have companies probably sponsoring each stage. And I also want to invite people to come and ride the stage with me, and they'll pay like a race entry fee, if you like, to come and ride that particular stage with me. So one of the single most important things I'm going to have to do is plan each stage and make sure that I didn't do what I did this year, which is just to completely wing it. Each stage needs to be planned out, but obviously we don't know the Tour route until quite late on. So I'm going to do some kind of prep planning and get rough approximate distances for each of the stages that might happen, and plan some kind of mountain stages and get the elevations kind of worked out. But we won't know kind of roughly anything until quite near the time. It was supposed to start in Copenhagen. We did know what the first 3 stages were going to be. It was going to start off with a prologue time trial stage, which I was kind of looking forward to, but there are clashes now, I believe, with football tournament in Copenhagen, so I think that's now been scrapped and they're going to do that in 2022. So I'm hoping that because there's going to be a slight change to their original plans, that they're going to release maybe a little bit more information a little bit ahead of time. But what we do know, just by looking over previous kind of history, is that it's going to be roughly working out to be about 100 kilometres a day for me to do. Now, what I'm going to have to do is plan those stages. I'm going to have to lose a ton of weight. I'm going to have to get my cycling fitness up, and I'm probably going to have to get myself a decent bike to ride this on. I can't trundle around at 20, 25 kilometres an hour because I don't want to be out doing 4 or 5 hours of riding every single day. I'm also going to need to work out what my nutrition strategy is going to be, because with 2 bead-on cages on the bike, that's not going to be able to cope with that sort of distances. So I'm going to have to work out all these kind of strategies and things, and I'm kind of looking forward to doing all of that over the next year. But the most important thing really for me is that I'm going to try and raise this £5,000 target for Bust, and I also want to get my weight down to a position where I'm happy with where I'm at, because at the minute I'm just kind of wading through mud without any kind of plans, no races or anything on the horizon. So I thought I would do something completely positive and put this out there as a challenge to myself, because if I make this video, I've kind of got to do it. Anyway, looking forward to thinking what your thoughts are. I'd love any kind of comments, ideas, thoughts, anything that you might think I've overlooked or things that I might need to include in my planning, anything like that, in the comments below, and I will really appreciate any input you've got. So if you want to follow this journey over the next whatever it's going to be, 10 months or so, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell so that you can get updates on this on a regular basis. Of course, I'm still going to be doing swim, bike and run stuff. Still loving the swimming, still loving the running, but I wanted to do something that was kind of a big epic challenge and really reflected my love of the Tour de France that you know, I've been in love with for so many years of my life. That I have everything in place. That looks like a gendarme. It's not a gendarme. How many cars can go past in such a quiet, tiny village in the middle of France, and every time I go to say something, loads of traffic goes past.